Hello, fellow duelists and collectors. Today I'm going to be showing you the Yubel deck that is actually my brother's, but I helped him make it. We made it together. If you're a fan of GX, you probably liked Yubel, and this is just a fun deck profile for you to check out, I think. Not for competitive play, as you've seen in the description. First, I run 2 Yubels. You could definitely run more than 2. Like, you could run 3 of each, but I find the problem with that to be that you draw it too often towards the beginning, and you don't really want to draw in your opening hand. You want to save it for later game. So, just 2 of those. 1 Terror Incarnate because, well, mainly because I only have 1, but I would actually say it's worthwhile running 2 as well. But you definitely don't want more than 2. You don't generally want to have the same number of each evolution of it in the deck. And then 1 Ultimate Nightmare. I'm pretty sure I actually have 2 Ultimate Nightmares, but it would be a weird ratio if you had 1 regular Yubel, 2 Terror Incarnate, and 1 Terror Incarnate, 2 Ultimate Nightmares. But anyway, you don't really want you don't want more than 1 of any Yubel on the field at a time, really, because they don't need each other or want each other on the field. 1 Dark Armed Dragon, because it is a dark deck, and it's always a good card to have in a dark deck. 1 Vice Dragon, just for to have a stronger monster and to have easy dark monster to use. Ape Fighter, he's pretty good, and he has a good attack, so I'd recommend him. Darkblade, really not essential. He's just a filler card for another dark monster that has a decent attack for the deck. Dark Grepher has a great effect and is very helpful for the deck. I would recommend running 3 of him if you have it. I haven't put a lot of money towards this deck, so this is basically a budget deck, but it definitely should have Dark Grepher if you are running a Yubel deck, essentially 3. Stygian Street Patrol, also a good card to have. I would recommend more than 1 of it. Ideally, I think you would have 3 too. And Bullblader, he is just sort of a beat stick, helpful card for the deck that you can use to have an offense rather than playing completely defensively. Dark Crusader can be awesome because it has the ability to have a lot of attack, and it can be helpful for Dark Armed Dragon. So also it helps you toss the Yubels if you have them in your hand. Armageddon Knight, like Dark Grepher, is a very, I think, essential card for the deck. You could definitely have 2 or 3 of him, but I, again, circumstantially only have 1, so I only run 1 of him. 3 Mystic Tomato, because this is the easiest way to summon Yubel, and it is essential for a Yubel deck. You need 3 Mystic Tomato, for sure. 2 Sangan, you could, I'm pretty sure the ban list doesn't have... I'm not sure what the ban list is on Sangan, but if you had 3, that could be good. It really depends on what you want to do, what the circumstance permits, but he's a good card to have. And now I know this is on the ban list and not legal anymore, but at the time I had Level Leader in the deck, and this is an older deck I haven't used in a while, so I haven't taken it out, but if you weren't using the ban list, it's a good card to have, just for the protection, or to use as a tribute for Yubel's effect. So, yeah, that's that. Spirit Reaper is, just the defensive monster that keeps you alive as long as possible. Can't be destroyed by battle, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, because you really want to counter anything your opponent could throw at you for your own protection. And, there's no cost to it, so it's a good card. 3 Fisher, because you essentially want to have the least amount of cost with the most amount of impact on your opponent, and this is a good card to have. It's cheap and it's a staple, so 1 Dark Hole is great for Yubel, so I would recommend, if this ever went to 2 or 3, which would be crazy, I would say you should have 3 in this deck, because it's really good for Yubel. Rhoda, because you get to add, I think Dark Grepher or Armageddon Knight, which are both good. Swords, because you definitely need a little bit of stalling power in this deck, which is also why Spirit Reaper's in here. So, because you need a little time to get the combos off that you need. Hammer Shot, again, to like Yubels have 0 attack, so it's most likely going to be your opponent's monster that gets destroyed in the situation you need this for. Card Trader, because oftentimes you will not get the cards you need, or you want to just throw Yubel back into the deck. It's a good card to have. And then 3, Call of the Haunted. Definitely good, but not essential. Limit Reverse is great because Yubel's attack's obviously under 1,000, so it's a pretty good card to have for him. So that's good. And also, I'm pretty sure, yeah, if you change Yubel to defense position after summoning it with Limit Reverse, then you get to summon the next Yubel because Limit Reverse destroys it, so that's good. Regeki Break for either protection or to destroy your own Yubel is a good card. Torrential Tribute and Widespread Ruin. Pretty self-explanatory for destruction. Actually, Torrential is highly recommended for the sake of destroying your own Yubels, if that wasn't apparent. And then Threatening Roar to add more protection. Now, for either Threatening Roar or like Hammer Shot or Swords, or even like the Fishers, they're not as essential to the deck, and especially Level 8, you switch that out, no problem. So like these cards, I would recommend switching out for Escape from the Dark Dimension, for All-Out Attacks, and Battle Mania, because those cards are actually essential cards for the engine of the deck, for the deck to run well. And I don't have them in this deck, even though I have most of them in like other decks, because I don't swap cards out between decks. I build a deck and I keep the cards that are meant for it in it. So that's the way I run the decks and the way I do things. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you and entertaining at the very least. If you like this video, please give me a like, and if you want to see more like it, please subscribe. Thank you.